What is up, guys? Zan from the All-Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, I got a Super Bowl All-Madden gameplay commentary for you guys. I know you guys have requested that I do more gameplay commentaries, so I figured today is a good day to do so. Actually, I'm lying to you. Full disclosure, my editor, Jimmy, who kills it on every single video, put a video into the upload queue, and it somehow, some way, my fault, overlapped with the strategy content that I just put out yesterday on my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. So yesterday on the website, we put out the quote-unquote tight killer coverage shell, and that is something that players are going crazy about. It has changed their defense overnight. So if you guys struggle with gun tight, whether it's tight offset, tight 2x2, tight flex, tight doubles, deuce close, really anything compressed with two receivers to both sides of the field, you guys need to head over to Gridiron Game Plans and check that out. That is in our first vault update of March. But let's go ahead and hop over real quick, give you guys a breakdown of the roster. We're going to take a look at what we've got cooking here on the offensive side of the ball. We will be running my Vikings offense. Game plan is also on gridirongameplans.gg, and it will be led by Tom Brady. I am not rocking Fearless on him. I play without Fearless. If you guys want to know why, check out the video where I broke down why Fearless is something that is up to you now. It's not a must ability unless your opponents are running under pressures. Most players of which don't run under pressures. They run knockouts, whether it's man or zone knockouts, and pick artist. King Henry, he's the bell cow. Yes, I am running the freight train on him. I don't care what you think. If you can't stop the run, I'm not going to throw the football. It's that simple. I face so many players out there that are quote-unquote fake passers that have a glowing quad father for their own one trap. I personally find that to be a little bit more cringy than the people accuse me of being, but that's for another conversation. Let's get on to the wide receivers. Hidden here behind my fat face is Julian Edelman and Justin Jefferson. Roddy White will be my third receiver, and he has short in elite with honorary. The other two wide receivers are basically short outs plus either route tech or slot-o-matic or short in, just depends on what the receiver is. On the offensive line, trying something a little bit different right now. I'm experimenting with one secure protector for 1 AP and one edge protector for 0 AP, just to see if I can save myself a little bit of AP. I do think secure protectors are much better than edge protectors this year, as they can counter pretty much anything. Double or nothing, edge threat elite, El Toro, speedster, ripper, swim club. You guys get the gist. And that includes run stopping abilities such as no outsiders or inside stuff as well. So I really, really like Secure Protector. Edge Protector being free on a number of cards right now is great. However, it is weak to abilities such as Double or Nothing. It is also weak to the Milkman, which if people run that AKA, that allows me to put my Secure Protector on that player and then rock my Edge Protector on the other side. So kind of trying to save AP where I can. There I have a secure protector on the center. Yes, I am running Russ Grimm at center and Jason Kelsey at guard. I know that that's backwards because Grimm is typically a left guard and Kelsey's a center. I just like this setup better. I don't know why, I just do. My other guard is actually going to be Willie Anderson. Willie Anderson is going to be played out of position at right guard. He has post up for free and threat detector. So basically with this line for 3 total AP, I have 3 protectors, an identifier, and a threat detector. Pretty good deal. Over here at tight end, I've got Rob Gronkowski. He is a short in plus a secure protector. You might be asking, why secure protector on the tight end? Well, the answer to that is very simple. Tight ends don't block edge rushers in this game at all, period, end of discussion. And if you do rock a secure protector on your tight end, that will give you much more variability in your pass protection schemes, meaning that you can sometimes leak your running back out against blitzes that typically a tight end wouldn't pick up, and vice versa. So being able to block blitzes such as 3-3-5 wide, where they're not actually containing and they actually have somebody rushing off the edge, this allows Gronkowski to hold his own against a true edge rusher if they actually don't contain, which I'll know based off of the threat detector whether or not they're containing. So that's kind of the reason why that we do that. Now, the defensive side of the ball, I'm not going to get too deep into the AP setup, but I will name the players that we've got here. You will see here that I do have Charles Tillman. He is actually going to be playing safety for me in my roster currently. He will be lined up across from Patrick Surtain. This is my current roster. The video that I'm going to show you guys here in a moment is the roster from a couple days ago. So this is my roster moving forward, just for those that are wondering. Right now it's Tillman. Likely when Leon Sandcastle comes out today, I will probably get rid of Surtain or Tillman, whichever I decide, and play him at safety. Down underneath, I am running Darius Slay, Jalen Mills, and Mel Blount. All of those guys are playing underneath for me. Knockouts. I am still very, very much so a 0 AP defensive line believer. I do not spend AP on run stopping abilities or pass rushing abilities. I do, however, spend 1 AP on the Milkman X Factor. I do rock the free El Toro with the Milkman X Factor. This Milkman card is better than the Tribute Watt, so do not be fooled at all by the new Watt card. You guys should 100% be using his AKA item. But that is my roster, my defensive line: JJ Watt, Aaron Donald, Gravedigger, and Nick Bosa. Let's go ahead and get over into some head-to-head gameplay here and start it off. This is our Super Bowl on All-Madden. You can see here my opponent is starting off in the tight slots weak. This is kind of that quote-unquote Henry formation that became really, really popular during the last chance qualifier. I'm sorry, not the last chance qualifier, but the final MCS tournament that he won before the Madden Bowl. And basically with this particular formation, you have to be prepared for wheels, streaks, slants, posts. Very, very similar in terms of method of attack to the regular gun type meta, but you don't have to worry about the 0-1 trap. You're gonna see here that the spacing that my opponent uses in this game is rather solid. He has a good grasp of how to space the field horizontally and vertically. He's going to create some challenges for me in this particular game, but you will see that really this is something that I'm very, very comfortable against. I did mention that we just put out the tight killer coverage shell on Gridiron. You guys can check that out in the March Vault. I do mix that in a fair amount here in this particular video. It's a great throw off for personally in my scheme, because I mostly run my inverted 3 match coverage. And then I mix in this tight killer shell when I think my opponent's not ready for it. I truthfully believe you could run the tight coverage killer shell as a base defense against gun tight, whether it's tight offset, tight slots weak. See right here, he throws a slant right at my user. Maybe I'm a little bit too high on the user. A closer step to the ball, probably an interception right there, but it is 3rd down and 4. So again, you see right here, him running his running back to the wide side of the field. The first thing that you're going to note there when he does that is that I don't really have to worry about the corner out to the wide side. Most people run flood to the short side. You saw right there, he went to the quick flat to the tight end. I played a hard flat on the last down. I believe right here I go tight killer shell. Let's see if I did here. I'll let you know if I did. And we did, but actually he made a really good read down the seam right there. So he is moving the ball pretty effectively. Again, spacing the field horizontally. He is spacing the field vertically. He threw that ball, whistled it right by the user. I was kind of expecting something underneath: drags, slants, Texas routes. Here he goes back to the inside zone. Gravedigger. This card still plays true. I think it's one of the best run stopping items in the game. Some of you guys may be using the free inside stuffs from a Haloti Nada or a, for instance, the newer items that have come out. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. Vita Vea, I believe, gets the 0 AP inside stuff as well. But again, kind of my theory is that Secure Protector, everybody has them. And if you're rocking these abilities, they don't really work anyways. I'm kind of a believer that you're going to get better performance out of a player that has no abilities at all for pass rushing or block shedding compared to rocking those abilities and having them neutralized. I'm just, I don't know, maybe a little tinfoil theory on that, but that's where I'm at with this. So you see right here, he motions across. Now he's in kind of like a little bit of a bunch formation with the compressed receiver on the other side. See right here, I checked into a match coverage, and he threw an absolute book. This should have 1,000% been intercepted. You saw Surtain in the match coverage. Saw Tracy Porter poaching the route from the backside because he was in zone and was able to help out on that. Again, big believer in match coverage. If you trust the process, you learn your rules, you're going to be just fine. Motions out right here. I'm probably expecting wheel to the running back typically when they do this, but instead it was a wheel to the inside receiver, and then he goes right back down the seam to Carmichael. That one right there, I'm not so sure he deserved. Tight read. He's made some pretty tight throws on this drive, but he's moving. And I get the the hunch right now at this point in time that his offense is actually pretty good. It's not the exact flood meta that Henry popularized. He kind of has his own beat, that he plays his drum to. And, right here, first down and goal goes to the bunch. My hope here is obviously hold to 3. I do have the hitman glowing here. My linebackers are what I call the law offices of Harrison and Harrison. That's Harrison Smith and Rodney Harrison. I was kind of experimenting this particular day on stream. I had a flex AP that I don't really know what to do with. Right now, it's actually Darius Slay that's getting that flex AP. So I'm running, Acrobat on him out there at the corner position, something I normally wouldn't run. In this particular game, I was running Acrobat on Harrison Smith. I just kind of thought, okay, if I'm using this item, a lot of people throw check downs over the middle or in the flat. If I could get one of those hit sticks out there in the flat on the check down, that can change the game. So that's kind of my thought process on that flex AP expenditure. But nonetheless, great drive for my opponent. He's starting off with 7. And here I go. This is me setting my audibles. Steal them if you guys wish. But this is the Vikings offense here. This is something I've been in all year long. You guys can find this offense on gridirongameplans.gg. I talk about all the time in these videos, this is an offense where I'm going to take what my opponent gives me every single game. If they're going to line up in dollar, you're probably going to get 15 to 20 rushing attempts. And I'm going to make you rather show me that you can stop the run consistently if you want me to throw. If you're going to come out in something, that isn't, or rather is more geared to stopping the run, that's going to give me my drop back passing game. So you see right here, my opponent starts off in dollar, and I don't care what you say about the glowing Henry. It doesn't matter when I can run 28 yards before you touch me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people really want to conflate Derrick Henry glowing with that's the reason their run defense isn't good. I'll tell you right there, that rep right there on run defense wasn't good because he didn't touch the ball carrier until he was already 25 yards downfield. Right there, we open it up, big run, outside zone to the right side. And, these players, again, if they want to call dollar, I'm going to run it every single time. I'm not apologetic at all for it. This is something that I try to teach everybody. It's like, you guys can go ahead and care about the style points. I'll care about the ones that go on the scoreboard for real. I'm not trying to be disrespectful with it, but I just find too many players in general care about, the style points. So right here, obviously now he's in like 4-3 over plus. I've already got him telling me that he wants to run, something more stout against the run. He obviously doesn't feel comfortable stopping the run in dollar. Again, you got to show somebody you'll run the ball on him. You have a glowing Henry that can chase somebody out of a meta defense, get them into something they're not comfortable running. And you're going to see right here, this guy is definitely not comfortable in this base defense that he's in. He clearly knows he doesn't have good run defense against the X-Nasty or Derrick Henry in general. So now he's playing more out of base formations, which is going to really open up the drop back scheme. So right here, I audible to doubles off close. This is a formation. Actually, I really like this formation. I got to run a little bit more of it. Little flood combo, C route, and a seam to the backside, post and a drag, kind of a drive combo from the backside. That way, if the user overuses towards the C route, I could take my check down underneath on the drag or the post over the middle if he vacated the deep middle of the field. So, keeping it real simple, attacking with 4 guys to the, basically the short side of the field, keeping them spaced 4 corners, isolating them on 2 or 3 zone defenders, really easy. So you see right here, now he's in like a 4-3 stack type look. At this point, I'm going to be honest with you. When I see somebody doing this on my first drive, I think I've won the game. Although right here, pretty good defense. He dropped pretty good zone depths right there. Had my primary and secondary reads covered, so I just stepped up in the pocket and slid for 7 yards. So we're moving just as effectively as he was, if not more effectively, as we have second down and 3 from the 8. First half ticking away very, very quickly. We're at 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the half, and we run an outside zone. Once again, Derrick Henry falls forward for a first down. Obviously, a lot of holes right there, so I know huddle. I go to an outside zone because he pinches. Right here, he spreads and reprint pinches, playing a little bit of cat and mouse with me. I decide to run outside zone to the right, follow my blocks, and fall into the end zone for the touchdown. So right there, again, one of the things about the wide zone is you can actually run this ball up the middle. Inside stuffs don't work against it. And obviously with people struggling to stop the inside cutbacks, they're going to pinch their defense, which is going to open up the actual intent of the outside zone, which is to take it off tackle and be able to hit the outside or bounce it back up the seam for big gains. I truly think it's the best run in the game. You've seen other channels kind of throw this out as one-off tips, talking about the wide zone being the best run in the game. I totally agree. I think it is. I think it is arguably It's the best single back run for sure. And it's pound for pound in the top 5 runs of the game. I think that other runs that are really good, for instance, you got that pistol open flex. I think that's in the Bills playbook. Their little inside zone out of that is really, really good. But the wide zone is definitely in the conversation. So here we go, back on offense again for my opponent. Looks like right here, he's getting that end of half fever. I talk about this all the time. Can't win a game at halftime, but you can lose a game going into half. A lot of players try in this spot to get a little bit too aggressive. You saw in the last drive, he took what was given to him. This drive, he has basically no interest in taking what he was given on the first drive. A minute 30, plenty of time. You saw right there, he tried to set up load up shots, both plays. The matching was actually brilliant on that. You saw every player was matched. His seam was matched. His post was matched. His wheel route down the right sideline was matched. And I took the running back out of the backfield. Absolutely nothing open for him. And this is what a lot of players do. They give up, that they have a good first drive, they score, but I've learned a lot about what they're doing. So I can use those adjustments against them later. Then they give up a score. They feel like, oh no, I got to score before half. And then they overstretch, and then they throw a bad interception. They throw they have a bad drive in general, just too aggressive. Now all of a sudden I'm in a spot where I could take total control of this game simply because of a game management error. I don't think the guy that showed up on the second drive, for at least in his offense, was the same guy that showed up on the first drive. So right here, we're going back to motion. This is the X Nasty. I'm running a little double corner combo. This is my version of the tight meta, the double corner. You see right here, I have a little Texas route underneath. I hit that. He actually had good coverage on that, so I didn't have what I was looking for to the wide side of the field. But I've got that post in that Texas route. That's kind of my rendition of an under center version of slant post. You can use that Texas route underneath to, kind of throw the ball if the user drops underneath the post route, and vice versa. If they bite down on the Texas route, the post route is open over the middle. So I'm just spacing the field normally here. A lot of this is freestyle. These are, a couple different 2 or 3 route combinations fused together where I just kind of mix it up. Right here, a little scissor combo. I see this as man-to-man, so I knew the whole way that Justin Jefferson was going to be open. He had no safety over the top. I saw the man flow underneath. Right there, that was a clear tell that I was just going to basically watch the user. If he jumped the post, I throw the corner, and vice versa. So easy completion right there. We scored very quickly. We're up 14-7. And my opponent has another chance to tie before half. That's the good news for my opponent, right? Because if he has a good drive right here with 2 timeouts in a minute and 12, he can at least tie the ball game with me having ball at half. What he can't afford to do here is turn it over again, which based off of the last drive, that he's maybe ditched that first drive game plan, because all I've done is basically declared that I'm going to manage the game a little bit. That first drive was really good for him. Second drive, really, really aggressive. So we'll see what he comes out in here. Again, I'm basing out of the over G. This is my main defensive game plan. You guys can find this as well on gridirongameplans.gg. And it has everything that I need. It's got my inverted cover 3. It's got arguably one of the best base rushes in the game. When you're talking rushing 3 and rushing 4, the big nickel over G gets after the quarterback. I spend the 1 AP on the milkman to make it even better. And I could really focus on my coverage adjustments, which you guys know from watching this channel that is really my forte. You see right here, he's going to get really aggressive. He's going lob down the middle, and we have the knockouts abound. Hitman, we also, I believe, right there had maybe that was Peanut Tillman breaking on that. If not, it was Patrick Surtain. Those safeties go interchangeable because of over G. If you guys worry about the crisscrossing safeties, I've got fixes for that on the website. But again, you see here, he finally goes short side with his running back on his tight slot. So I'm expecting something a little different. With him throwing the seam, I was going to jam the Carmichael off the line. There he motions out. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'll be fine. Right here, you see the route combo, corner route, post route. And there you see it, Patrick Surtain with the interception.
Are you not entertained?
The guy was my brand last year. He played the slot corner role for me last year. This year, I've got him playing up at safety due to AP reasonings, and he's just as good back there. Big interception right there. You saw right there the route combo, just very aggressive. Not good spacing. Didn't have a pull route for his corner route. Didn't have a pull route for his post in the middle of the field. Had a route underneath that I could use her. It was real simple work. Right there, if I just hold up in pass protection, post was definitely open. And right there, he does me a favor. He burns a timeout for me after a 1-yard loss. The way my offense has been moving, I really didn't understand that call for him to burn the timeout right there. Maybe it's the pressure of him thinking, okay, well, he's got ball at half. I got to get the ball back right here to have any chance. Maybe that's what he's doing. Right here, we go back to the double post combo. This time I run a drive combo, right bumper, And the post probably was big game hunting right there. I probably should have just thrown the drag and scampered upfield for a gain of probably 7 to 10 yards. Instead, I backed myself up and 3rd down and 14. But again, my opponent burns a timeout. And this is where the threat detector comes in. This is why I think you guys should definitely run this ability. Actually, right here, I think I screw it up. But he drops those guys out of coverage, which tells me right away, okay, I don't need to block an extra amount of players. Right here, I'm going with a flat combo with a crosser in the middle of the field. The crosser holds his user inside just a little bit. I throw it out to Henry, pick up a cheap 1st down, and I burn my timeout. So my opponent has allowed me to think on the last 3 plays by burning his timeouts. And that's a good thing. Right here, this is a clear tell. Safety rotates to middle of 3rd of the field. Other safety rotates down. That is a safety blitz call out of the nickel 3-3. I go to my cover 3 beater, and this is an easy pass lead outside. I just wait for the guy to suck inside, freeform it, toe tap it, Edelman touchdown. That Brady-Edelman combination is lethal in this game. Love Brady. I'm playing without Fearless. You see, I'm not throwing inaccurate passes. I personally think Edelman's the number 2 receiver in the game. I know there's newer receivers. I know there's taller receivers. There's just something about that Edelman card. He's always open. Doesn't matter man or zone. I always am able to find him, kind of like he played in real life for Brady. So, Edelman shows up big for me most games. Roddy White, again, kind of that 3rd receiving option for me, but I slapped that free honorary lineman on him, getting some pretty insane value out of him. If I really wanted a pricey upgrade or a taller upgrade to a Roddy White, probably talking about Pickens. I know Pickens gets the short in, short out for 1, or the short out, or the short in plus honorary, I think, for 1. Some good variability on his AP stacks. Roddy is pretty much locked into, at least for me, the honorary short in. But if you guys want that beat press ability, that short out is really, really good. So you see right there, my opponent being over aggressive has blown this game wide open. Again, if you watch these route combos, they are not bad. They are not bad route combos. The route relationship, the spacing, he understands what he's doing. It's just when you game manage, sometimes it puts players out of their element. Now you see that those timeouts he burned are coming back to bite him. I was content letting him throw that ball deep down the middle of the field. It's going to cost him all of his time. Now all of a sudden we just keep the lid on, make him chuck up, 1 or 2 last ditch attempts. And you saw that 8 for 9 start is now 8 for 14 with 2 interceptions. So, and all I did was game manage my first drive. He scored really well, looked good. The flow was good. His pace was good. Decision-making, his progressions were crisp. I go down and I score a touchdown to answer, and there's about 1 minute and 40 left. And he all of a sudden starts thinking about the game way differently. So again, right here, he's going to load up. Could have very easily been a throw out a sack pick, likely for a touchdown, because Watt actually has insane catch rating. So he's really, really fortunate. You guys know how those go in this game. But I'm up 21-7 with ball at half, and we are in real good shape. Obviously he has had no shot at stopping my offense. We've now got him ditching his entire offense that he ran. He threw those click on wheel routes, cutting underneath, took his checkdowns on that opening drive. He's basically said, I'm done with that. So we're in a good spot. So here we go. A score here definitely puts this away. Very rarely will I blow a two possession lead. So if I can go up to 3 here with a field goal, that's fine by me. So again, not really relying heavily on Derrick Henry here. The whole element of him glowing, that's enough to scare a lot of people. You see the total yardage output, 204 to 115. He's not running, any of the stuff that he was in opening. He tried to open the game in dollar, and we've had him in secondary defenses the rest of the game. You see right here, he's kind of clicking around. This is basically what I call a pin concept, post on the right, in on the left. He had a center fielder right there, so I threw the in. Pretty easy stuff right there. Basically a route that attacks the deep middle and a route that attacks the, intermediate middle of the field. And because they had a safety in center field over the post, I took the one that was in the middle, just kind of leveling up the zones, high-lowing certain zones on the field. So again, you see right here, he's in this too high. I motioned across and this guy crisscrosses the formation. I don't know what this was. I'm going to that scissor concept again. Got the tight end underneath on the slant. Saw that way too late. Need to get that ball out about a second earlier, really. I mean, that was open from the rip. Probably, again, with me being able to pick up chunk yardage, my progressions have been more high to low. Traditionally, I'm kind of a low to high passer. But when somebody immediately declares, I don't know how to get pressure on you, this is likely somebody who used to loop, just by judging the way that they play the game. They don't appear to have much of a pressure package in their offense. So right here, we're going back to a double corner setup. This one a little bit different. The deeper corner's on the outside, Texas route underneath to hold the user. And I'm going to throw a laser out there to Gronk. He runs away from the linebacker man-to-man. I believe that was Rod Martin. And we're able to pick up a first down. So once again, moving and grooving, 263 yards. Really haven't had the ball that much in this game, but we're still doing just fine. So again, here he's in this 3-3-5 base line. I'm going to motion Jefferson. Nobody follows. Right here, I'm likely looking at a zone read. Again, double corner with a drive combo to the backside, shallow underneath, and we got a 2-man shed or a 3-man shed. Just stop blocking Haloti Ngata. I was going to have a lot of players open on that play, but my center just stopped blocking. So you guys know how that goes. His third sack of the game. I mean, you look at that. I mean, right there, I think that's probably just Russ Grimm being too skinny and Haloti Ngata being a lot bigger. But for the most part, Russ Grimm has been really, really good. So right here, I go back to that play that we ran for our first, basically our first touchdown to get us down inside the 5-yard line. This is that double south with that drive combo. So you got the C route on the left post, and you see I'm going to take the post. User got lost in the sauce. I think that ghost route to the running back kind of pulled him down. I could have taken the drag and scampered, but obviously I saw there was no immediate pressure, held on to that ball and hit the backside post route. So now you see right here, I'm going to go into the gun tight Y off weak. This is a very rare call. This is something I'm messing around with in the red zone. I like this little angled post to the tight end in this. Allows me to run kind of like a slant combo underneath or a wheel flat combo. You see right here, I'm looking for Edelman. Nothing open. I scamper up the field. And right here, I cover the ball. We did a short on this the other day about if you cover the ball with your quarterback on a scramble, very, very unlikely to fumble. You just have to release the turbo button, hold cover ball. Check that short out if you haven't already. And we're now first down and goal. Outside zone. Again, nobody touches him. You know, it's not the glowing man that is the issue. It's your run defense that's the issue. So 28-7. This ball game is essentially over. Right here, I catch him kind of in the block. I got a left-handed quarterback, so I go ahead and I just throw a little ball into the flat there. Swerve inside. Delaney Walker picks up the 2-point conversion. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit. That is maybe a little disrespectful, but also I'm still chasing those 2-point conversions from the comp pass at this time. So this video is not, played yesterday. This is a video from last week. But comp pass, 2-point conversions kind of need that. All right, so back to work here for him on offense. And he is in the tight slots weak. Again, I don't think this has been a bad offense. I just think it's been poor execution. He's had reads. Here we go. This is, that flood combo again. He's really trying to load up a cover 3 bomb. Two things. One, it's not open to the matching principles that I play. You see that slot corner is matching his post route. And two, I've got a glowing X factor. You're not going to get a 50-yard bomb against the milkman. You're just not. You see right here, I try to go to a blitz, good quick check out, gets the ball out quickly right there. I don't know if he, actually I think that was a second down, so I don't think it would have been a threat detector. Just good read, honestly. So I try to mix in the element of surprise every now and then. I'm not a huge blitzer, but when I do, it's pretty effective. Right there, he made me pay for it though. So again, he's going back to that whole, shot play. And you see right there, he's trying to read that middle safety. And again, you just see how well the zone flows. What looks like is a touchdown is not. You saw that he was really trying to throw that post on the last play. There he went to the streak because the middle third drifted with the post. We're still able to respond to either of those. So again, now you notice again, he's more so short side with this. There's the crisscrossing safeties. Right there, he tried to throw quick. I was able to cover my tracks. Quick interception with the hitman. Tried to make his guy miss in the open field. He clicked off. But 29-7, basically ball game here. Again, if you guys are interested in this defense, I basically run 2 defensive plays in this game with minor adjustments, shading a zone here, there, or shading down and then reclouding. Sometimes just letting the match rules play out, playing some basic quarters checks, some cover 6 checks. It's all about knowing when, right? Right here he goes to a man-to-man call. Almost got me with the lurk right there. Edelman with the catch down inside the 5-yard line to the 2, 10 of 12, 272, 2 touchdowns. Also 2 rushing touchdowns for Henry in this one. See right here, we're going to go into the fourth quarter. and it's basically all over except for the trophy packs, which didn't really give me a whole heck of a lot. Trophy packs right now are a little bit more valuable because those 90s and 91s for the Darius Slay are up in value, but wasn't really spitting out good return at that time. I mean, this has been basically a defense and an offense that I have won 35 straight games. This was during that run. That run finally ended yesterday. Lost a ball game to a tough competitor that, I made a couple mental mistakes. I blew a coverage before half. And he, I might have played with my food a little bit, to be honest with you. You ever get the vibe where you play somebody and like, oh man, I've got this game won. So you start to kind of fiddle around, do things you otherwise wouldn't. And then your opponent wakes up and starts playing their game, and you're like, dang, I blew an opportunity to win a game there. That's kind of what happened yesterday. But we've been playing really, really well lately. If you guys want to check out the content, I get a number of you guys in the comments that say, hey, how come you never do gameplay videos? How come these are all practice mode? Are you afraid to show what you do? No, I mean, I stream almost more hours than pretty much anybody in the community, really. On top of the YouTube and Gridiron and all that, I'm still streaming between 35 and 40 hours a week. Maybe that's not more than anyone else, but I still make time to, stream a full-time stream schedule on top of the constant YouTube content and updating the site every single week. So if you guys want to check me out, it's twitch.tv/ZanMadden, just like this is youtube.com/ZanMadden. Go check me out. The link is in the description. Here he is, one more drive here on offense for him with us being up 4 possessions. And, again, here we got this tight slots. I, broke a record. That's just what he's in here. And I'm basically right here just looking for the deep shots. You see right here, he does go to slant post combo. It's too late at this point. His route combo was good there. My user squatted low and he actually made the right read. But, to be totally honest with you, this is what he should have been doing in the second drive, is making me work underneath, not being so, like I said earlier, insistent on big game hunting. He played himself out of this game. I don't think this was a bad offense. I just think it was poor game plan. This is more what got him in trouble. That type of play right there. 4 routes, little relationship, not putting players underneath in conflict so you can throw open reads for checkdowns. It's basically just a streak, a post, or a streak in a corner, and some sort of route to the running back that you hope gets open. He probably needed a little bit more of the 5 out, especially because I wasn't heavily blitzing him. He wasn't willing to do that. Maybe it was the milkman making him keep guys in. You see right here, 5 out. But honestly, that was really, really good coverage. That right there was actually the tight killer. I mixed in the tight killer right there. He caught a ball in traffic. Not a whole heck of a lot you can do about that. That was actually really good coverage. Everything was pretty well smothered on that play. And he got a completion right there to the unicorn. So again, snap of the ball. This is your standard, everyone run a vertical route. Again, that's me adjusting out of a cover 2 shell. Everything matched out of a cover 2. You guys know from watching this channel that, there is matching principles hidden inside a cover 2 if you know how to do it. We do teach that on the site. If you guys want to dig through the YouTube channel, we've taught a lot of it in pieces here on the YouTube channel as well. But again, this is all in my game plans on the website. Again, you see right here, passes up on the flat. I probably would too, down 28. Throws an air ball. It just left too much under it. So you see right there, I mean, this game is falling apart. I think he started the game, 8 for 9 passing, and now he's 10 of 20 something. So, and again, when I look at this, I'm like, he's passing up open reads, or has since that second drive. I totally understand it now. You're not going to take that drag on the left down 28, but look at that post route. I mean, just not open. And there we go. Rodney Harrison gets his interception. So 2 receptions for Rodney. We had an interception with the hitman. The law offices of Harrison go crazy. And that will do it. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a comment below. And make sure you guys hit the notification bell so you guys are notified of all the uploads here on the channel. I do want to apologize again for not getting a fully edited video out to you guys today. Hopefully this made up for it. I do apologize to my editor, Jimmy, for being a moron and putting the content that I was intending for the YouTube channel out on Gridiron. I don't know what happened right there, but I'll make it up to you guys with some pretty fire content later this afternoon, tomorrow, and into next week. And don't worry, that content will be coming out here on the YouTube channel eventually. but it's for the gridiron guys right now. We'll see you guys a little bit later this afternoon or tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.